Hello, welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. Now, the sequence we were doing in the last episode, I kind of figured it out after. I played for 5 more minutes before I cut after I cut the recording. So I figured out how to do this now. Right. Oh, I apologise. Right, I'll go to... I'm just going to nip back to Baker Street because I just wanted to see if there was any letters from the convicted earlier. So this might be the last episode of Sherlock Holmes. Well, no, I don't think it will be, actually. It might be the second to last, so there might be... The next episode might be the last episode, depending on how everything goes. And if everything goes to plan in this episode, the next episode might be really short, it might be normal length, I'm not sure. Let's have a look at this. Interesting. Ah.
That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need. That is... I need to continue my research in my archives. Here it is. One of the victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop should tell me more.
Before I do that, I'm going to go and interview Wiggins' brother. So... hopefully we can get to the bottom of this. Hope you guys are enjoying this, by the way. And if you're not, then you don't have to watch it. It's entirely up to you. Kind of late saying that, considering this is the 14th episode of the series, but you know, you might have just stumbled across this episode anyway.
Mr. Holmes, whatever brings you here so late at night?
I'm interested in the case of young Leighton Chapman. He was arrested earlier this evening and accused of a double murder.
I beg your pardon? That case is quite clear to the police. Or are there any new facts that we don't know about?
Who knows, Inspector?
Look, you are free to investigate, of course, Mr. Holmes. Chapman was arrested with a revolver in his possession, which you can find in the evidence room. The suspect himself is in custody.
Did you find anything else on his person?
A few personal belongings. Nothing particular, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Lestrade.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Same, Watson. No, that is the mortuary. In here? Yes, here it is.
So this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon. It seems as though the shells were not removed from the cylinder.
How many shells? How many shells are missing? Ah. Right.
2 out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots.
Oh, no, I don't want it to be him.
A
Pocket watch.
cheap watch, bought with his own money, no doubt. These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco. Nothing interesting.
Right. I don't want it to be Leighton, though. Right, nothing yet.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
Who are you? I've got nothing to say. It's all a mistake.
Calm down, Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother? You know him? Then that means you're...
Sherlock
Yes.
Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you everything.
Okay, the scar might be a bit odd. Ouch.
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work, and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw 2 men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun, but he made a dash for it instead and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
Time
So
for a
you
turn,
might
young
still
boy.
have had time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand, though. I took it, and then I followed the third man.
He took it. So maybe the gun that he had on him Was the gun right? Okay.
Interesting. Pray, continue.
I turned a corner, and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward. As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping in all that mess. Perhaps I was still half-blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man.
Is there a third man there?
Are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark, and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps it's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away. Perhaps it was because of the fireworks or the surprise of me seeing him.
We shall see you soon, young man.
Right, okay. It's insane that this is made in Unreal though, like, oh my god. Right. What's next? I had to go to... So I've still got to talk to a witness, but I'll go to the pawn shop first, and then I'll go back to Half Moon Street and interrogate, well not interrogate, question the witness. Whoa, okay. Where is his pawn shop? The nice fading in and fading out music that you can use on Unreal there.
Mr. Butler's key matches the lock perfectly.
Well, yeah, it was his shop. It'd be pretty weird if you didn't have a key to his own shop, Sherlock. Jeez. And we're just breaking in here.
A flare pistol. Perhaps it was pawned by a destitute sailor.
Maybe. Or a psycho.
A flare pistol. Perhaps it was pawned by...
Right, so maybe because that's an object of interest, I can come back to that in a bit.
The ram's heads. This necklace belongs to the 5 Rams of Mittelin collection. Interesting. That means that Kenneth Butler owned a part of this collection all this time, 10 years after the theft.
The hell does that mean? I'm not going to read all these, but you guys can pause the videos if you want to read them.
It looks as though Mr. Butler kept a careful record of his operations.
So I can't make any deductions. No, it would appear not. Right, what is next? Talk to the witness at half, right. So guys, out of all the cases I've done in this game so far, which one has been your favourite? I think my favourite was the Abbey Grange up there, due to the fact that it was the first time I got to use Toby, so... Right, Great Alley, oh Jesus. Where's the witness?
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
I can see how that can be used as a shortcut. Oh, what the hell? That could be used as a shortcut easily.
What's up with you, lad? What are you
Wiggins.
waiting for?
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah, the murderer.
He ain't killed no one, copper.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless brother of yours.
I only said he hasn't killed anyone.
Mr. Holmes, I had no doubt about this case, but now that you are here...
I haven't even examined this body yet.
He tried to stop the bleeding with his hand. Death was not instant. The bullet penetrated his stomach, a dreadful wound.
Ow! And Robbie's shoes.
Brian Vercotti suffered greatly. What a terrible way to die.
He looks like, oh, what's his name from Team Fortress? Is it, or something? Maybe. Has he got anything in his hand?
A tattoo from Westgate Prison. Vercotti must have done some time there.
There,
Brian
he's got-
Vercotti and Leighton Chapman both have identical Westgate Prison tattoos. They were most likely acquainted.
Got Wiggins.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard? Is he all right?
He didn't seem too bad. I don't want to blame Leigh Chapman in this.
Mrs. Powell?
What do you want?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the crime that took place this evening.
Well, I've already gave my testimony, but very well.
Okay.
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Yes. I was selling my flowers as usual, and then the fireworks began, in honour of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed those. But then, all of a sudden, a young lad ran out of Half Moon Street and stopped just by me. He had a gun in his hand. He was like a ghost, and all covered in blood. It was dark, but I could see him, because of the flashes from the fireworks.
And then?
I screamed as loud as I could. I knew that a policeman should be on duty in the vicinity. He had no time to escape. 2 constables got him. Then another constable came out from the very same street, and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
Anyone else?
Did you see anyone else leaving Half Moon Street, prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
fair enough.
Mrs. Powell, did you hear the gunshots?
I'm not sure. You know, what with the fireworks?
My thanks to you, Mrs. Powell.
Okay. I don't want to blame him though. Have I got to piece something together to... Wait, what? Oh, I've got... Oh, right. God for that. Okay, okay, I've... Hey, what was that?
A fairly long pole with a forked end.
I just don't know how to, you know...
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
And where's Watson?
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Right, let's have another go.
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift my lamp. This should be useful.
Thank you very much.
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
Right. Okay. So there's no... anything... Ugh, move. Anything up there? Ah!
This is most definitely a bullet hole. The brick cracks are fresh. Watson, there was a third shot fired in this street.
I don't want to convict him. Right. What do I need to do? Okay,
Constable
then.
Marrow, I would value your assistance in this investigation.
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
I would like to make sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man could hide while you were running through it with your lamp.
All right, Mr. Holmes, what should I do?
Take your lamp and start walking, just as you did before, and try to find me.
Understood.
Oh, okay. Right, where are you, Holmes? Okay, I'm stuck. Hi.
I can see you very well, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
No, this is not how I walked at the time of the crime. I was more attentive. Let's start over again.
Right.
Here you are, Mr. Holmes.
All right,
And-
Constable. Let's try again. I'll
didn't
find
even see
another
it.
place to hide.
Again, really? There he
Mr.
is.
Holmes, it wasn't difficult to find you at all.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp while hiding in the street.
Back to the pawn shop. Making a lot of progress in this episode, weirdly. Like, I don't think it is Leighton, because the fact that I could, you know, choose him so quickly, then it's obviously, okay, there's obviously something more going on here. But, you know, I could be wrong. I could be very wrong indeed.
These tools are exactly what I need to climb the wall.
Is that safe? It's not, but obviously.
This is exactly what we need in order to imitate the flash of the fireworks.
And the smoke. Ah, okay, so I'll go back to Scotland Yard and talk to Leighton about his tattoo. The thing is, as well, I don't think it's Leighton, but nevertheless, I could be wrong.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
I just want to have a word with you about your tattoo.
Leighton, I confess I am puzzled. Why should a young lad like you take a gun from the hands of a dead man and set off in pursuit of a probable killer?
I know. I keep wondering that, but at the time it was like a reflex. A criminal ought to be arrested, and he was armed.
You were willing to risk your life. That was a little foolish, unless you wanted revenge.
No, Mr. Holmes. I was just being brave and stupid.
I'm sure that you were, but I believe that you may have recognized
That
one of the
close-up.
victims, Brian Vercotti. You knew that gentleman well, did you not?
However could you know that?
The tattoo on
You
your
have
hand.
a typical tattoo of the Westgate Brotherhood upon your hand. I observed exactly the same mark upon Mr. Vercotti. You came to know him from your sharing a past prison sentence. Am I correct, Mr. Chapman?
Yeah.
God. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
What do you know
Would you
about
tell
him?
me a little about Brian Vercotti?
We were convicted for a robbery. Once in prison, both of us joined one of these fraternities. During that year, we tried to help each other out, you know?
You were quite young then, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, we were. We'd only stolen a pound of meat. After we were released and when I saw what my little brother had become, I decided to work towards living an honest life.
And Vicotti?
He had a hard time. His sister had died in a Whitechapel dispensary while he was in prison. He had no family anymore. Our paths split. He fell back into crime.
So you lost him?
Yes. And for around 2 years, I heard no news of him at all.
We shall see you soon, young man.
Okay. So I've got to convict him no matter what. God's sake. Right.
Why are you looking at me all the time like that?
I'm just watching you, lad. I never know what to expect from people like you.
People like me?
Yes, street beggars and thieves.
I ain't a thief.
Oh, no? Then where did you get whatever it is that you're gnawing on? I very much doubt that you bought it.
What ain't seen can't hardly be stolen.
Right. Oh my god. My TV just made a massive cracking noise and it's got me worried.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard?
You know, I might end up finishing it, to be honest.
Constable Marrow, Watson, I would like to perform another kind of reenactment with your help.
I'm listening, Mr. Holmes.
I want to check if Leighton's testimony can be trusted. If someone could vanish into thin air at a specific moment.
But Holmes, I don't see how.
I am going to be the mysterious gentleman whom Leighton followed. I will stand exactly where he saw him before he was blinded by the flash. Watson, you will be Leighton. When I fire the signal flare, you should start to chase me.
I understand, Holmes.
You, Constable Marrow, just play your part and do exactly as you did. Just, please, wait 5 seconds after the signal flare. I doubt that Polly Powell would have screamed any earlier.
As you say, Mr. Holmes.
Let us begin then. Catch me if you can.
That seems a bit devious.
The streetlights fall directly on this wall. Not an ideal spot to escape the crime scene. It is also directly in front of Polly Powell.
Oh, right.
The moon illuminates this wall. Anyone trying to climb it would be easily spotted by Constable Marrow. This wall is cast in shadow. It would be difficult to see anyone scaling it.
Yay, did it. Go on then.
Where
I have no
is
idea.
he? My God, a man can't just disappear like that.
Yeah, they can.
Holmes? Holmes? Where are you?
I cannot see you, Mr. Holmes.
I'm up here.
Dr. Watson, it seems that Mr. Holmes has disappeared.
No, I haven't.
Don't worry, gentlemen, I am up here, above your heads.
How on earth did you get up there, Holmes?
Climbing shoes.
I am using crampons and a climbing axe,
I would
although the person we
cack
are looking
myself
for
if I'd
did not
done
leave
that.
any traces of such tools. Constable, is there any way to get to the top of this building?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I can show you. The door to the building can be found from Whitechapel Street.
Gentlemen, I am on my way down.
I thought he was going to say, now that you've helped me with that, gentlemen, can you help me get down, please?
It's empty. A cluster of thick black threads. They're unusually strong. I should examine them under the microscope. Someone broke through the window to get inside the attic, but in his haste he ripped his jacket.
Okay. Is there anything else around here? Right, I'll analyze this now. Okay. I might just skip this, to be honest.
Let us take a closer look. It is not a thread, but a hair. I very much doubt that it is human. I need to compare this sample with a human hair and a horse hair.
Watson,
A shaving brush is usually made from horsehair. Watson, could you please pass me your shaving brush?
okay.
My analysis table. It is
No, I didn't want to do that. So I've got to go back to... What was it? The Half Moon Street. The thing is as well, I don't want to... I would round out, just finish the episode here, but obviously if I did do that, I would... When one of my episodes wasn't working, like I lost the camera footage, I couldn't find it because it was over an hour, so... Like, it wasn't, like... Because I record on my phone,
Wiggins,
my
my
phone-
lad, what are you doing here? You'd best be leaving and be quick about it.
I've done nothing wrong. You'd learn more by watching Mr. Holmes. He knows exactly what he's doing. Not like you.
Oi, watch your tongue.
But yeah, if I record for over an hour, the footage doesn't show in the files on my phone, so I might just round it out soon
I'll do anything to save my brother, Mr. Holmes.
and maybe do a short one tomorrow. Wait, what's that?
These shards of glass are from the window above. We can conclude that the person whom Leighton saw climbed up the wall, broke into the attic window, and escaped through the hatch.
Okay. Wiggins, I need your help, son.
Mr. Holmes?
We have good news for you, Wiggins. The investigation has proven very interesting so far. We found facts and details that confirm your brother's innocence.
I knew it, Mr. Holmes.
But for now, Wiggins, we need your help.
Anything you like, Gov.
I need you to locate a circus that has stopped over in London. It needs to have disposed of at least one exotic animal, a very large one.
You can count on me, Mr. Holmes.
Okay, once Sherlock has arrived at the circus, I'm going to leave this episode here. Talking of which...
I do hope that those children don't get into trouble, Holmes.
Oh, they will.
Don't worry, Watson. I predict some news in 7 seconds.
6.
Mr.
5.
Holmes, we found it.
That was
Here
not,
it is.
That was not 7 seconds. Ah.
And this is a young Indian elephant, the highlight of the show. Duval Brothers, a well-known travelling circus that is currently stopped in London. I believe that is exactly the type of circus we are looking for. I'll pay it a visit.
Okay, we will pay them a visit, but we'll have to do that in the next episode. So guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to see more episodes of Sherlock Holmes and the adventures of him as well. And I will see you very soon. Ta-da!